Hey guys, this is it. This is my video, and I have to warn you that while I was writing down my notes, I started crying at least 4 times because what I'm about to tell you blew my mind so incredibly. So we're gonna get right to it. I've always considered myself more of a biology girl because I just love biology. That being said, I haven't been enjoying my chemistry all that much because I just not find it as interesting. And all I was learning was like, what atoms go together to make what molecules. I was like, yeah, big deal, whatever. But now they finally decided to start telling me how and why that works. We'll start off with the atom itself, which is a pretty cool little unit. Basically all it is a group of particles whirling around each other and staying together by like magnetic attraction. Now, hydrogen has the very simplest of atoms. There aren't even any neutrons involved. All it is a single proton and a single electron rotating around the proton. However, you can't have as many as, I think, 84 is the most protons that you can get whirling around the nucleus. Now, each of these electrons has a very specific path depending on its energy level. And some are so complicated that my chemistry book actually didn't tell me what it was because it was like, yeah, you wouldn't understand, it's too complicated. The point is that these electrons weave in and out of each other. They're methodically whizzing around, and they're held in place and directed where to go solely by magnetic charge. It gets even more crazy and amazing when the atoms come together and form molecules, and then when the molecules come together and form chemical reactions. Because these compounds, all they're doing is exchanging electrons, but it's done in such a specific and mathematical way. It's this massive balancing act. It's like they're just, all these little particles are drawn through this dance by this unseeable force. They're being moved about by these self-sustaining, perpetual motion-y forces. It's so cool! And at this point you must be like, Angela, you're such a nerd. I mean, this is cool and all, but we kind of already know this. Well, that's not really what got me totally freaked out. This right here, this is a quarter. Going back to the hydrogen atom, because it's the simplest one and it's the easiest to use. Imagine this as the proton, the center of the atom. Alright, and it has one electron whirling around it, and that's all it is. If this was the size of the proton, then the electron whirling around it would be 3/4 of a mile away. This means that such a vast majority, we can't even like pick a percentage, is so huge. The vast majority of everything is nothing. And nothing is even touching anything within this empty space. What's keeping the electrons and the protons stuck together is a magnetic attraction, which, by the way, has to be so precisely balanced that if it was off 0.000000001%, then everything would spontaneously explode. It's not only a dance, it's an incredibly dangerous and perfectly balanced and precise dance. Are you guys starting to see how my head is a little bit like fried right now? And then this image came to my head of the figure of a human. And it was this very frail structure made of these teeny tiny little dots, none of them touching each other. It looked like it just blowed away. And I thought to myself, oh my gosh, we are these beautiful sculptures made up of these teeny tiny little puzzle pieces. But we're shells. Everything that we take so solid and so stationary is actually incredibly transient and fleeting. And this goes from my tiniest beloved single-celled organisms to the greatest planets and galaxies out there. We're all made of the same things, and we are all shells. Of course, that got me thinking about planets and galaxies and the universe and the entire cosmos, and how big and wonderful and wheeling it is. The entire cosmos is a dance, just like the teeny tiny atoms are a dance. At the very base and foundation of creation at all, you have this wonderful, mathematical, perfectly synchronized dance. And this dance you see mimicked on the greatest scale of everything in this world, our entire universe. Stars and constellations wheeling around, and planets going around suns. But the point is, there are these two heavenly dances going on. One of the teeny tiniest of scales and one of the very, very largest of scales. And there I am in the middle. But my head was wheeling with the thoughts of all this activity and all this direction. And I felt so insignificant. And then I consciously stopped myself. Insignificant? I am the only material thing in all of cosmos that has any significance, because only I, out of all of these fantastic and wonderful creations, only I am more than just a shell. I'm not the biggest organism, I'm not the most efficient organism, I'm not the most anything organism except smart. But this shell is the only one that has been animated by the very breath of God. Yes, at this point, I was crying. Anyway, with that point, I will leave you because I have a lot more to say about this tomorrow. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I haven't nearly articulated what I have been feeling, but I hope I can't even talk right now. I'm surprised I can still think, actually. But anyway, I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.